It is time for Okoboji Broadcast with Jeff Thiebe, broadcasting from historic Arnold's Park Amusement Park. Welcome to Okoboji Broadcast, everybody, coming to you from the Iowa State Extension office right here at the Dickinson County Fairgrounds. I'm Jeff Thiebe, glad to have you here with us on another snowy day. This is just too early. Gary Wright is here with me from Iowa State Extension, and Gary's farm management specialist. And Gary, welcome. First of all, thank you.
Thank you.
It's of course, we got a couple Iowa State grads sitting here, guys, so we got this bond. We just sat down and we got a bond already, don't we?
That's right, that's right. Well, we had a chance to talk about football already.
And we both said, whoever thought in this point of the season we'd still want to be talking about football.
Exactly.
We're excited about it. Well, Gary, let's talk about as a farm specialist, what exactly you bring to Iowa State Extension for people.
Well, as the farm management specialist, my responsibilities really relate to decision making. That's the easiest way to talk about it. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a technical agronomist or animal person, livestock person. But my role with what I do is to try to help individuals with decisions related to any enterprise like that. It could involve any enterprise like that. It's certainly ag related, although ag business can also be where I get involved with certainly farming in by itself can be an ag business, but there's components of farming that have more agribusiness involved that I also can perhaps have some conversations with. My role as an educator is largely in programming in the sense of group settings, but I probably spend at least half my time working one-on-one with clients with their own individual needs and wants.
What could you give an example of maybe in one area, Gary?
Sure. Right now we're just in the middle of the year. The harvest obviously is near completion, and as a result of that, we're right in front of the 2021 crop year and the conclusion of the 2020 crop and calendar year. So what that's going to mean to producers is they're going to be making some decisions regarding next year as they finalize what's going on with the snow today. Less and less are probably going to get done in the field now, it appears, which was a good thing from the standpoint of last year. It was very wet, so we had a very extended harvest last year. This year it looks like they had a couple of decent weeks. And now they're able to, again, depending on what's going to happen now with this weather, what they'll have left between now and the end of the year. But the idea is that what's going to happen more so is that people are going to be starting thinking more and more about 2021 crop year.
Yeah, exactly. Now, how many counties, you said this is your home base, but you cover how many counties in Gary?
Actually, I have 13 counties in northwest Iowa. Basically, I go as far east as Palo Alto and Emmett and Pocahontas, and then head back toward the Missouri River, and then I pick up Woodbury to the south.
All right. Now, is there any programming or anything you want to bring up here?
Yeah, I guess one of the major, as it relates to the decision, I guess on kind of the decisions that farmers and ag businesses are getting ready to make. We have what's called virtual pro ag. I'm sorry, let me start again. It's virtual this year.
Yeah,
it's something that'll be done every year in person. This year it's going to be virtually done on December 7th through the 11th, where we're going to talk about. There's actually 5 different speakers that'll be talking about the various components of ag decision making, everything from the farm bill to production decisions to some of the problems that we've had with wind and weather and other things like that. More so really to the east and south of us. But then we're actually going to end up the time with the 5 sessions that are actually an hour long, December 7th through the 11th. Actually, the last session will be done by Dr. Chad Hart, who will talk about price and outlook.
Okay.
So.
Very good. If people need to contact you, Gary, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
The virtual is a registration required event, so they'll want to go online. Where they can find that is either the Dickinson County webpage or any webpage in Northwest Iowa that I work with, as well as the campus webpage is where you'll be able to find a registration link. And obviously you can always just call me or one of the county individuals that they're maybe associated with.
Now from Iowa State Extension, we're talking to Madeline Breddy. She is the County Youth Coordinator and Agriculture Program Coordinator here at Iowa State Extension, again, right here on the Dickinson County Fairgrounds. And Madeline, first of all, welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
You know what? So far, I've had 2 bonds of Iowa State grads here with me, and Madeline's the most recent, graduating just in this past May. Go State! And you've just moved to Northwest Iowa, and coming more from Central Iowa.
Yes.
How do you like in Northwest Iowa so far?
Well, I had my reservations at first, but you guys all seem very nice, so I can't complain.
We're a pretty good group, I gotta say. All right, let's talk about your role as County Youth Coordinator and Agricultural Program Coordinator, and maybe how that relates to what you did at Iowa State and what you're bringing to the table here.
Yeah, so it's a mouthful, so I'll kind of break it down. So my County Youth Coordinator position, what that mostly entails is me working with youth in the county. I'm in charge of what would be considered more traditional form of 4-H. So I help coordinate programs and our clubs within the 4-H program. I take a part helping organize the county fair every year. But what I always like to tell people with my job is that 4-H is for everybody. And I really, really want to emphasize this because it's a common misconception that it's only for people who own animals. And while we do have people who own animals, and they're absolutely wonderful, there's definitely more of a place for everybody else in the world to join 4-H as well.
Oh, there truly is. I mean, and I'm an old farm kid, so I get it. At one time when we just, call it FFA, and so Future Farmers and so forth. But when I've been here at our county fair, down at the Clay County Fair, when you look at the projects that kids do, it goes well beyond anything with livestock or even farming. There's a lot of photography comes to mind for one thing.
Yes. Yeah, very much so. So I always tell people when I'm kind of describing my job is that, my job is to hear what you want and find a way to get you the resources that you need through our 4-H programming. So I've had the great opportunity of being able to go into the schools around here. You guys have been so wonderful to welcome me in. So thank you for that. But I've gone in and told some people about 4-H, and you all have a really great idea of what it is. And what my job is then is if you have a natural interest, say you did a really cool art project, or you really like history, and you're trying to figure out how that falls into 4-H. It's my job to figure out a way to get you kind of connected into 4-H, and then also maybe put a little bit of a professional development twist on it so your parents feel like it's really worth your time and it's contributing to your success in the future.
Well, and that's just it. Being in one of those programs, I mean, it's all based and entwined with building a better success for a person's future.
Very much so. Yeah. Like our motto says, to make the best better.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, let me ask you this, setting up programs, and of course, schools are in session and so forth, so it's a little easier to get in with them, but you come here in May after you graduate from Iowa State, and well, let's face it, the world is in a different place. Organizing the county fair this year was a lot different. Programming for students and so forth. What have you had to do to shift gears on that during COVID?
Most definitely there has been a lot of things that I didn't think I would have to overcome or address my first year of being in this job. Yeah. Fortunately for me, the schools have been gracious enough to have policies that still let me go in and partake in your guys' classroom settings and letting you know what 4-H is. And then also I, just last week, was able to be an interviewer for the junior class at Spirit Lake for some of their mock interviews.
Oh, so, cool.
It's definitely been a little bit of a challenge, though, especially since I think a lot of people haven't had experience navigating a pandemic. And so when it comes to our programming, what we're really looking for is following what the governor is asking of us, what our local public health is asking of us, and then, of course, with our program, what Iowa State Extension and Outreach is looking for.
All right. Now, if people have questions for you, if they have students out there who'd like to find out about programming, how they can better their future, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
Yes. So there's a few different methods of reaching out to us. We do have a Facebook page that I am not going to remember the full title of it right now. We do have a Facebook page. We have two. We have one for Iowa State Extension and Outreach Dickinson County, and then our youth page, which is Dickinson County 4-H and Youth, and you can find us on Facebook. We also have an Instagram, which is to highlight a lot of the programming that we do. But if you want to contact me directly, feel free to call our office or contact me by email, which is mbreddy@iastate.edu.
Now we're talking to Hannah Dibble. She is here as a K-12 educator at Iowa State Extension. And first of all, Hannah, welcome. Thank you for being here with me.
Thank you for joining us.
Oh, it's my pleasure. And you just made me feel so welcome. Got my own little corner here to record in. It's pretty sweet, I got to tell you. And you are a SDSU graduate.
Yes, but forever Cyclone fan still.
Oh, okay. Well, then you're in the club.
Yes, yep. We all drink the water here.
Very good. Well, let's talk about your position as a K-12 educator and maybe a little bit about what you do and maybe some things we can look forward to.
Excellent, yes. So my position with Iowa 4-H and Extension focuses on, of course, education and outreach for that younger audience, kindergarten through 12th grade. And within that, I get to do programs in the schools. So I'm a familiar face in the classroom for many, which is a lot of fun when you walk into the grocery store and the kids say, that lady was in my school. The parents look at you like, okay. So yeah, I get to do lots of in-school programs, after-school programs. Summer camps are a big hit around here.
Yeah.
And, last spring we tried to have our first STEM festival for the community, and we had to postpone due to the health situation, but hopefully we're able to try again this spring.
And that's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, correct?
Correct, but we do like to add in the arts as a very important component.
Yes.
Especially as those careers in design and...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
They're
that
really
all plays
growing.
right into that as well. There's no question about that.
Yeah,
So as far as like we talked about before, schools in session, you're still able to get in and see the kids and so forth at this point.
things are looking a lot different. We've done some things virtually and a couple things in person, and we'll just keep adapting.
Yeah.
We're here to serve the community, and it's nice to be able to be flexible and find ways to keep doing it.
Yeah. Well, it's important to the kids. I mean, the reason you do these things is for their benefit and to keep it happening. So do you have anything coming up here that people might be interested in?
Oh, of course.
That was an easy question, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Always have things going on. So families with kindergarten through 3rd grade youth, we currently have some after-school program options in the towns of Lake Park, Milford, and Spirit Lake, and that's great for families that are homeschooling this year too.
Yeah.
In addition to meeting after school and doing STEAM activities with this age group once a month, we're also offering a to-go option for those who are looking for contact-free things to do. And essentially, it's our after-school program in a bag. So families can pick up all the materials, and then through email, they get access to some fun videos for the kids to watch to go along with the materials. Some really like to see a step-by-step, and here's how I do it. And then there's those youth that like to explore with their hands.
Yes.
And they'll dig into each activity bag before clicking on a video, and that's okay too.
Yes.
It's all learning.
Oh, man. What great venues for the kids to keep busy, grow, learn, and so forth. And when you talk about after school programs are so important, and for homeschooling too, but even during normal times when there's no pandemic in the world, if you're working parents, it's those after school programs. Okay, from 3:30 to 5, what are we doing here? So that's wonderful you offer those as well.
Yeah, it's a joy. It's been, this is our 3rd year, I believe, of doing after school programs, and it's been exciting to see growth and more families in the community take advantage of the opportunity.
Yeah, and wonderful offered by Iowa State Extension. Anything else coming up we need to talk about?
Well, yes, it is snowing outside today.
I noticed right away.
Which makes me think of winter break, which is going to be here before we know it.
Yeah.
So it is a tradition that we have a couple of camps during winter break when all of our county schools are off. So on those overlapping dates, we provide some opportunities. We're still working on planning those for this year because we've just got some health updates from the governor.
Right.
So we will be masking, but we'll still be having a few winter break camps.
Good.
So a great way for people to find out about those is our Facebook page.
Okay.
So,
all right. So, and is that just Iowa State Extension, or what's the best
We've got a special Facebook page for our families with those K-12 youth and 4-H club members too. And that Facebook page is called Dickinson County 4-H and Youth.
Very good.
So, yep, they can search that. Everything goes there. But the schools in our area are a wonderful partner too, and they're really excellent at sharing opportunities out with families too. So
well, we appreciate the partnership for them through Iowa State Extension as well. So
yes.
Now, if people have questions for you, is there a best way to contact you at all?
Yes, so a great way to reach out is by email. My email is my name, hdibble@iastate.edu. It's a great way to learn about any of our K-12 outreach programs. Another program coming up in the wintry months, it seems like it always is just takes a little more effort to stay busy or find things to do in those long winter months.
Oh, yeah. Well, you got Netflix to contend with.
Uh-oh. Wow.
And that's easy, so it's nice to have some programs.
Yes. So another thing that's just going to be in the works this winter are some story walks for families to participate in the different communities in the county.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so it is what it sounds like. It's getting out, not necessarily outside. We've got some really creative things in the works, but it's going on a walk with your family, and different sections of a story are posted along the way or in different locations. And as you make the stops and get that good physical movement in, you get to share the story as a family, and then there's also an activity at the end. So,
so
more will be coming about that soon.
You're building memories. You're actually outside doing something, which again,
or inside,
and you're having a lot of fun in the meantime.
Yeah, and getting those healthy steps in. I think that's something that so many of us struggle with in the wintertime when, who wants to walk through knee-deep snow? And we get a little let go sometimes, but it's so good mentally, especially with everything going on right now, to have some of that good physical activity.
All right, we are now talking to Amy Ben. She is the office assistant here at Iowa State Extension. And Amy, she's a hometown girl, a good old Spirit Lake Indian. Yeah.
Yes, grew up, born and raised.
Yeah.
Glad to be back.
And then she remembered, didn't you used to shoot softball when I was...
That was a lot of years ago, but yeah, it was good.
I had a little less salt in my pepper and sideburns at that point.
Yeah.
But that was a lot of fun. But let's talk about part of your position here at Iowa State Extension. And as we got going here, you were talking about, the world we're living in, COVID response. Amy.
Yeah, it is. So something that we're working on as a region with our counties that are involved, it's Clay, Emmett, Palo Alto, and Dickinson in our region. Iowa State has requested that we come up with some things in response to the COVID pandemic and what we can do to help our area in helping with economy and different things that are in need. And one of the things that we have decided that we need some help with is the tourism area. I mean, that is such a very large part of where we live.
But, it's, and we have so many facets here in Dickinson County, but tourism is kind of our biggest industry.
It
when you look at tax dollars, revenue that comes into the county, even if it's only if you extend it 5 months out of the year, but it brings in a great deal of dollars into Dickinson.
Yeah, it really does. And even in our regional meeting when we were discussing the different initiatives that had come up, tourism was one of the main things in all 4 of our counties that we had decided to try and have an impact on. And so we're looking at implementing some programs to help many of the local businesses that deal with tourism. And it can be anything at such like the hotels and the museums. We've got some great history in our area, and those places got hit really hard with not being open this year. Any small businesses that would need help that way. And so we're just starting to kind of brainstorm and put some ideas together, and we'll have a kind of a short and a long-term plan so we can implement things within 6 months and then look out as far as 2 years as to what kind of programming we can help our area with.
Well, absolutely, because I know for a fact that lodging took a huge hit this year.
Very, very big.
And those revenues alone, what they drive into the area, and a lot of those funds from hotel motel taxes go towards our own tourism office, which again then goes out and markets to bring people in here again.
Sure.
Our local shops, souvenir shops, retail, they took a huge hit. And then of course restaurants are eventually, they started out with curbside service and were eventually available to open with much less
Limited capacity, sure.
So if you look from March here through November, you can bet these businesses are going to need the help that you guys are offering.
Absolutely. And we have been talking with one of our specialists in the area that has a program that is specifically guided towards tourism. So we don't have all of the details on that yet, but we're going to come up with when and where and what that will look like.
Yeah, well, let's be thankful that Iowa State Extension has identified it and going to take some steps to help these people out. Hoping 2021 is just a heck of a lot better than 2020.
Absolutely, and I am relatively new to Extension. I just started in January.
Okay.
Actually, December 30th of 2019 was my
that's
my
almost
hire
January.
date. Right. So I'm pretty new, and one of the things that I didn't realize was how many areas we really offer support for, from the youth to adults, but all across the board of the finances and ag and children. I mean, it's unreal the amount of support and services we offer.
So you're enjoying it because, and I think there is a misconception of what Iowa State Extension all offers. And
Yeah.
if people would investigate a lot more through all the programming, your staff and so forth, there's a lot of help for any community here.
There is a lot of help for anyone. I mean, we offer literally so much that it's hard to know what to promote at times.
Yeah.
That's something that we discuss and how to be effective and to get our information out to the public, because not everyone knows what we do and that we're beyond just some of the youth programs, and 4-H is one that is really large, and that's what a lot of people know that we do, but
Yeah.
it's so much more than that.
Much more than that.
Yeah.
And is the Facebook maybe one of the best ways to find out some information?
Yes, our Facebook page and our website also has a tremendous amount of information, and that lists more than just our office staff. We have a lot of specialists that we're associated with, and many of them offer help to different counties, so they may not be housed in our office, but we have that ability that we can reach out to them and ask them for help as well.
Okay, and what is the website if you want to look specifically here at the Spirit Lake offices?
It is, I believe it's Iowa State Extension and then / Dickinson County. But if you Google Iowa State Extension, then there is a button on the right side that says Locate a County Office, and you can click on that and that'll take you right to our website. This is something I took an office assistant training just recently in the last month, and something that came up was, tell us about one word about 2020. And so I just thought that this was great to share. It focused on the one word, and there's so many things that came up this year, and I just
going to hold it up a little higher here.
Yep. I just thought it was really great to share that, to be flexible and adapt and to have patience.
Patience.
That's so huge right now with everything. It's constantly changing, and so patience and grace for this year, I think, are two words that we can really apply all the time.
Yeah. In any situation.
Absolutely.
So it's good. Those are good thoughts to move into 2021, that's for sure.
Yes, for sure.
Now we're talking to a good friend of mine. Sue Betcher's here with us. Sue is the Human Science Program Coordinator here at Iowa State Extension, and we go way back.
We do.
And it's
Cyclones.
a pleasure. Go Cyclones. Darn right. Darn tootin'. Well, as a Human Sciences Program Coordinator, Sue, tell me a little bit of what, and you said, Jeff, I've got a stack.
I do have a stack.
Well, tell me about the stack over there.
Human Sciences Program Coordinator. Oh my goodness. There are so many programs that Iowa State University Extension offers for families.
Yeah.
I get to do that here in Dickinson County, and now I also do it for Sioux, Lyon, and Osceola counties. Yeah. So just split my time up a little bit.
Well, and it's a wonderful thing, Sue, because let's face it, it's not individuals that have been hit by this thing, it's families.
It is families.
And
Absolutely.
from mom and dad, grandma and grandpa, kids, nephew, you name it, families have needed help through this thing.
They have. And we have so many resources. So I'm going to go through a list here.
All right, list
Things
it
that
down.
we have available. We have a fantastic website called Spend Smart, Eat Smart that can give you planning, meal planning. It can help you budget. It can help you feed. Maybe you don't know how to cook. Maybe you don't know how to prepare a certain food. There's a tremendous amount of recipes on there. There's videos on it that show you how-tos. So great resource.
Very good.
So Spend Smart, Eat Smart. Science of Parenting. Science of Parenting is a great Facebook group, and it is on our website. And now we have podcasts that they do.
Okay.
And they have really addressed a lot of the issues
I was going to ask
parenting.
any issues in particular that you can cite out?
From everybody's under a lot of stress at home, kids at home, and trying to deal with that stress, coping with their times are changing. Things are stressful for them as children.
Yeah.
And how do you cope with that? But stress as a parent, because now you're trying to do everything.
Yeah.
Teacher included, which a lot of people didn't sign up for.
Oh.
So that's some great tools and resources with the Science of Parenting.
Very good.
We have family finance educators, and they offer a lot of different programming, but they also do free, confidential, personal finance. That you can contact them, and they will work with you on creating and revising a budget, and can really help you. So those, if you call in, I'd be happy to get you in contact with those people.
And it's amazing the number of people, and even they graduate high school, they've gone through college or trade school, whatever it is, they decide to start a family or whatever, and never got any help. No one ever sat them down and said, now here is how you prepare a family budget. And there's a lot out there that would be a surprise to and a huge benefit for.
Absolutely. But let's face it, during COVID, those budgets got, there are families that are strapped.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, whether their hours were cut, maybe they lost their job.
Yeah.
But with restaurants, if they're a restaurant worker, those restaurants are down in capacity, those shifts are down too.
Shifts are down,
So,
tips are down.
absolutely.
Yeah,
There are a lot of people that are struggling that probably never thought they would ever be in that situation.
No,
So
that's right.
we have help, so we can get you connected with Brenda Schmidt. Is our family finance specialist. She's actually in our large families region. She's from over by Mason City.
Okay.
But she is one of our specialists that is for Dickinson County, and she will meet with them either via Zoom, phone, or I suppose she could even do in person if that was what we needed.
The help is there. That's the important thing.
The help is absolutely there.
Very good. What else you got, Sue?
We have a program coming up. It's called Small Talk, and it is for parents with babies. If your baby is 30 months or younger, Small Talk can help you learn to help the baby be happier, smarter, school ready, and have fun. It's really a unique program. It's kind of being piloted right now, so Small Talk, and we'll have that on our website and our Facebook page to learn more about what Small Talk is about.
Very good.
We have a program called Question, Persuade, Refer. So many people are struggling, mental health, people don't want to say they have mental health issues, but stress.
Stress.
People are struggling with stress.
That's right.
This particular program is more geared toward agribusiness professionals, ag lenders, and bankers, veterinarians, vet techs, commodity groups, people working with the ag sector on how to recognize somebody that might be stressed and struggling, and how to persuade them and refer them to getting help.
Yeah.
There's pride, but there's self-care.
Pride is the worst part of it. That I don't want anybody to know that I'm struggling. I feel weak right now, and they need to know it's all right.
It is all right.
We're all human.
And oh my goodness, they are not alone.
That's right.
They are not alone. COVID has really, really brought that to light.
Yes, indeed.
Some other programming that we have coming up: rethinking your retirement during COVID. We also offer child care provider trainings. You know, the child care providers have to have X number of CEUs every year, so we have those trainings online, so you can get those CEUs. You don't have to go face to face.
Very good.
There's an upcoming program called Managing Holiday Stress, and we'll be promoting that on our Facebook page and on our website. Mental health first aid. Last spring we did a youth mental health first aid. We piloted one here a couple months ago, and now we will be offering that again online.
Okay.
And that's for anybody that works with youth to be able to identify somebody that's in crisis or maybe struggling and how to get them help.
Very good.
So
nice to have that hand up, that's for sure.
It is. So moving on to the next section.
Next pile we have here.
We have answer line. Oh my goodness, answer line. You could have any questions. You want to make that turkey for Thanksgiving and you're just not sure what to do, call the answer line.
That's like Siri.
It is like Siri. It's ISU Cyclone.
I'd rather get answers from Iowa State anyway.
We're the Iowa Concern Hotline. 24-hour confidential help and support for financial concerns, legal education, and stress counseling.
Very nice.
We just have so many resources. Something else that Iowa State has worked closely with, we've been the gatekeeper of the Dickinson County Resource Guide for years. Since I started in 2018, we totally redid it. We have it updated. This is housed on our website.
Okay.
So if they go to Iowa State University Extension /Dickinson County, they can get access to this. They can look up the resources in it. They can print it out if they want to. Great resource for anything, housing, financial assistance, child care, you name it, it's in here.
It's in there.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Along with that, I've worked with, so we have a card with the resource directory access here, and then on the back, the Dickinson County Hunger Coalition. So I'm very active with that. We've been very busy here this year, working with the food pantries.
Doing a lot of good work for people, so. Yeah.
So we have a one-sheet guide form here that should be at the food pantries and also at the chamber, but listing all the different opportunities for food, where you could find food.
Yeah.
You know, we all know Upper Des Moines,
yeah,
but there are lots of other locations where we can go to get food. Just October 31st, we did the USDA food box giveaway. That was 25-pound box of food. 560 people in just a little over an hour, or 560 boxes we gave away in a little over an hour. We are looking at doing another one December 12th.
Okay.
So
we'll stay up to date on that, that's for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of good people have come together and for Hunger Coalition in one way or another, and backpack programs and so
the
forth.
backpack.
Just,
there are people in need.
There are people in need.
People are hurting in this county. We see the big homes, we see all the tourism and all those fun things, but people are struggling in Dickinson County and they need our help.
Yeah, absolutely.
One last program I'd like to highlight is our Master Gardener program.
Oh, yes.
We have a great group of Master Gardener volunteers here. We just completed a 10-week online Master Gardener course. This last Monday, I facilitated along with a gal out of Sioux County. We had 10, and 2 of them were from Dickinson County, so the others were from other counties. Our Master Gardeners do lots of great projects around our area, and one of them is the donation garden, which they got a grant for, and they planted it. It's over by the community gardens, and this year over 1,600 pounds of produce was donated to the food pantries.
Fantastic.
It is fantastic. We have so many giving volunteers and people in this community, but the need is great.
Yeah. And luckily we have resources such as Iowa State Extension to help us out during it.
Yes.
And I know about your Master Gardening because I follow you on Facebook and I see the pictures you put out there. And she's got it going.
I love that program. I mean, you learn a lot about gardening, but the friendships that we've made through that and working together, and you know what? Getting your hands in the dirt, it's good for you.
Yeah.
It's good for your mental health.
Oh, absolutely. I love it because I'm an old farm kid, but I always can learn more, Sue, that's for sure. Well, thank you and everybody here for letting us know a little more about Iowa State Extension. Let's keep this going. Let's keep this conversation going. You guys are offering a lot of great things at a time when people are under stress, have needs, and a lot of it can be helped right here at Iowa State Extension.
It can. You know, Jeff, I've been on the Extension Council I was on for 16 years before I started working here, and we always said we're the best kept secret and we don't need to be a secret anymore.
That's right. Let's let everybody know it's all for them as well.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. Sue and everybody here at Iowa State Extension, I thank them for making me feel so at home, and all the Iowa State University contacts that I've made here today. We want to thank them for being here with us. We want to thank you for watching us right here on Okoboji Broadcast. Okoboji Broadcast, broadcasting from historic Arnold's Park Amusement Park, is brought to you by the Scott Troutman State Farm Agency in Spirit Lake, by Pure Fishing, located in Spirit Lake, by Last Touch Painting and Cleaning, providing interior, exterior, and house painting and professional cleaning services in Spirit Lake, by Quest Wealth Management, a financial advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services with advisors Jan Spielman, AJ Spielman, and Erica Wachholz, by Ducky's Marine and Motorsports Repair in Spirit Lake, Bank Midwest, dream big, plan wisely, live well, by Lakes Regional Healthcare and Avera Partner, Brand's Law Office located in Spirit Lake, by Ruthven Locker, where carnivores are welcome on Hill Avenue in Spirit Lake, by Beck Engineering Services located in Spirit Lake, by B Radiant Laser Skin Studio in the Okoboji Plaza in Okoboji, and by Michael Thorson Farm Bureau Office located in Spirit Lake.